Hi everyone, it's Victoria here from Bella Crafts, and today I'm here to make with you a really cute little pop open flower card. So we've done this as a card for Mother's Day, but if you want to you can just pop a bit of ribbon on the back and hang it up. It doesn't have to be a card, or you could save it for a birthday or a special occasion. It is completely up to you. So we are going to need some pink paint, and then we're going to be using a sponge to do our painting today. We're going to need some glue, and then we are going to need a pen just to colour in the tulips on your card as well. So we will need a felt tip pen or crayon, or again you could use paint if you want to. So I'm going to put my example to one side, and the first thing that we're going to do with this project is we're going to paint our back card with the pink paint. So this is just going to add like a really nice border and outline to a card and just make it really pop out. So for me, I'm going to squirt my paint literally straight onto my heart because I know we're going to be using quite a bit. So I'm just going to blob this straight on here, and then I'm going to use my sponge today to paint this. It's quite a good way to cover large areas. So with this one, this is literally just a normal dish sponge. I've just cut it up, so I've got lots of pieces here of my sponge, and we can just use this one to dab all over the heart. So we're just going to do this and fill up all the little white gaps. You can also see as I am doing this painting that it adds a really nice texture to the paint as well. So it adds quite a cool effect using the sponges too. So here's my heart all painted, so that one's all done. So I'm just going to pop that to one side now to dry. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little tulips, and with the white ones I'm just going to add some detail on here. So on my example one, I've just coloured these ones in all pink, but for these ones I think I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm just going to add some like squiggles on there. So I'm just going to draw some lines that kind of follow the shape of the tulip, just so we can kind of like see a different effect. Obviously you could do yours however you want to, so you could do yours kind of like spotty or stripy. You could colour yours all in like we've done in the example. It's completely up to you, but you can get really creative with this bit. Okay, so we've finished doing all of our drawing on there. So the next thing that we need to do is we're just going to fold all of our tulips in half. So if you just take it in one side, and we're just going to fold it like so, and then once you've folded it, if you run down that spine just with your thumb, just to make sure that's really nice and crisp, that fold. So once we've done that, we can then stick our tulips together. So we're just going to put some glue all over one side of the back of this, and then we're going to take our next tulip. So for mine, I'm doing mine with the white and then the red and then white and then red, but obviously you could do red, white, white, red. You could kind of come up with your own pattern or design. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter what order you do them in. It just depends on how you want your tulip to look. So once we've got those stuck together, it looks something like that. So then we're going to do our next one, which for me is going to be another white one. And we're just going to keep going until we've got them all stuck together. Now with your glue, you can usually be quite sparing with glue, but with these projects we want to make sure that we are gluing kind of all over the back to make sure that when we go to open our card we get that really nice 3D effect, and it really does pop open really nicely. So make sure that you kind of cover all of the back with the glue. We're just going to go in with our last one now. So just getting right round the edges and then right down, right back onto this kind of like spine as well. Gonna stick our last red one on there. There we go, and then when we open that up, that has that really nice 3D effect. So I'm going to put that little piece just to one side for a moment, and then I'm going to take my little white heart, so this is smaller than the pink one, And we're going to stick this on to our pink backing. So this pink backing is quite dry now. So I'm just going to dot some glue just around the back of the card here. And then we are going to do quite a bit just along the spine, so along where the fold is. Both sides of that fold, just so that when we do open our card up, it does stay really nice and firmly stuck down. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to stick that down into the centre there. And then the next bit that we're going to stick on is going to be our stem. Just going to pop a bit more glue under here. Okay. With this project as well, because some of it's folded and it's got that kind of like crease down the middle, what you might find is a good idea is once you've kind of stuck your pieces down, let them kind of dry for about 15-20 minutes, maybe with like a heavy book or a tin can on top of them. But then after they've been drying for kind of like 15 minutes or so, pick them up and do just kind of like fold them in half, and then kind of like pop them back to dry again, just so that you get those creases in there before everything's completely dried. So we've just stuck the stem on, so I've put a little bit of glue at the base of the stem where I'm going to stick my leaves. So each leaf is going to go on either side there, like so, and try to use the leaves to kind of disguise the square base at the bottom of the stem, so you can kind of use that to hide that bit's square, and that makes it look a lot more professional. Now we're going to stick our tulip on next, so I'm going to take my glue and I'm going to just cover the whole of the back of the tulip, so making sure that I get quite a bit down the spine or down the fold, and then right around the edges, because we want this to really kind of like ping and pop when the card is opened. So just going to go all over the back there, and then we're going to stick that one down just in the centre. There we go, like so. There we are. Right, so the next thing that I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to add on my little note. So I'm going to do this one for Auntie. So I'm going to write on here, if aunties were flowers, I'd pick you. Now obviously for your card you can write your message on the back if you'd prefer, or like I say, you don't have to give this, so you could just kind of like pop a little hole in or a piece of ribbon on the back and you could just hang it up as a little decoration at home. Now that is everything that we need to do with our little card, but of course if you want to you can add on some of the sequins in your pack, or you can use your glitter paint just to add a little bit of decoration and detail as well. But there we are. There you have your little tulip card. So we're going to be carrying on with our spring theme projects over the next kind of few weeks before we move on to our Easter ones. So don't forget you can order your pack if you haven't ordered one yet. You can just do that through our website. They're just our little doodle project packs, and we'll pop a link below. But if not, you can kind of cut your own bits out and just follow our videos. We really don't mind, it is up to you. But thank you so much for joining us with this video. We hope you've all really enjoyed it. We'd love to see your makes if you're happy to share them, and we will see you in the next one. Bye!